Hey guys, welcome back to the Not Quite Everyday Dan. I'm going to be coming in with another interview today, and we're going to jump in. I'm just going to jump right into it. So, perfect. All right, hey guys, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Not Quite Everyday Dan. We got another awesome interview going on. We have Brantley of Big Idea Design, and I'm not going to just sit here and yammer. So, hey man, how about you? Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us what you do and everything?
Well, yeah. Thanks for having me, Dan. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I've been really looking forward to this. Yeah, my name is Brantley, like you said. I am one of the owners of Big Idea Design. There's three of us, yeah, just excited to kind of talk about work, life, products, gear, whatever you want to talk about. So I'm an open book. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, just thanks for having me on, man. This is gonna be really fun.
Well, before we jump into that, so for those that are tuning in that have like no idea what big idea design is, you want to kind of give me the elevator pitch of like
Yeah,
what you guys do?
that's a hard pitch to do. I try it all the time and I mess it up. Uh, yeah, basically we are an everyday carry company. So anything that you carry every day is kind of our in our scope of products is what we kind of shoot for. And so we do, of course, pens, notebooks, backpacks, pocket tools, watches, pocket knives. Yeah, kind of the maybe a sling bag in the future. Little tease.
Mm.
Yeah, kind of anything that you carry with you every day is what we're shooting for, and our big focus is trying to bring in innovative products, but kind of things that kind of fit maybe a hole in like the product line that's available now from other companies, and that's available on the market. And so we don't typically go into a space until we feel like we have a unique angle into that space. So
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of our big thing is like where can we find a unique home to bring in a new product to market. So.
hmm And I mean, just commenting on watching you guys, it tends to be when you guys introduce a product, it tends to be pretty well refined. Like
We try to, yeah,
I
yeah. There's a lot of work on the front end before it even gets announced or shown or anything. So,
Right.
yep,
Well, I mean, it's almost like the Apple. Okay, somebody's gonna hate on. It's like the Apple Android thing, where Android will have like some kind of random feature, and they'll have it for years, and then Apple will eventually introduce it in what they view as like a polished, more refined sense of it. It kind of makes me think of
sure,
that, where it's like, okay, we've had pens for ever, and
hundreds
then
of years, yeah,
yeah, and now we have you guys introduce like your pens that are like accepting like was it hundreds of refills now?
yeah. We have one that's about 1,000, yeah. So, but
Jeez.
the majority of our full size, yeah, they're anywhere in that kind of 100-ish ballpark. So,
Mhm.
it's been a long time since we've actually gone and updated that list. So we probably should be more active on that. So now that I'm saying out loud, but yeah, it's like the big thing is like. Uh, we like to have a really nice vessel. Chad always says that he wanted a Mont Blanc refill, but didn't really care for the Mont Blanc pen. He's like, I don't really like
Mhm.
resin pens. He's like,
Right,
they seem a little overly fancy, but there's really not anything that nice about them other than like the collectability of them. And
right,
so, kind of like, what's something that we can take that Mont Blanc refill that is like super refined, really, really nice refills and put them into a body that will last a lifetime, but it's also quite a bit more affordable than something like a Mont Blanc. Um,
right.
and so that was kind of his desire, kind of going into that. And then him and Joe developed a pin that could take, I think it was 3 refills, which was like revolutionary at the
Hmm.
time. And then they found out it could take 35 and it like blew everybody's mind. And then
Yeah.
now our average is like 100. So, yeah, we have one pin that's called the Arto EDC, which I think is actually one of the most impressive pins that we make.
Mhm.
Um, it kind of flies under the radar in a weird way. And so, but it's a capped pin that has a drill chuck kind of collet on it that's manually adjusted.
Oh,
And then the back of the pin actually telescopes. So if you have a long refill, you can actually telescope the size of the
oh,
pin. It's super cool. Um,
dude, it's like a
but that one can accept like a
transformer.
thousand. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So like basically you have this collet that rotates and opens. So we
Mhm.
actually have a U.S. utility patent on this, and
Oh,
yeah, so as you
okay.
loosen it, it opens up to get like a much thicker, like a big broad refill or something. Those like I think it's either Mont Blanc or Monteverde. They do these capless systems, so they work with
Hmm.
those capless system refills that are kind of hard to find a body for. That's not one of these crazy expensive resin pins. So
Right,
uh, yeah, that thing's
dude.
super cool. I love that pen.
That's I think it's such an awesome thing. And I mean, all the products you guys do, and then collabs. You guys just did. You guys have like just dropped, and obviously we'll get to the thing, but you guys have dropped like what, two collabs recently?
Yeah, in the last few weeks. Yeah,
Three,
we've
maybe.
I was trying to count it yesterday, And I think in the last, I think it's 8 weeks, we've dropped 7 products. And
Oh
so
wow.
it's like, and we did a trade show in the Netherlands in the middle of that. So it's like,
Yeah, I
like
watched.
I need a nap. Yeah. So doing all the content and I kind of do quite a bit of like the more like general managing type thing of the staff as well. And then so
Okay.
content and stuff is definitely my ballpark. And then I like to be the finish line guy. So I like to
Hmm.
take the product that mainly like Chad and Joe will actually develop most of the
Hmm.
products. I'll have input obviously, but
Right.
that's not kind of my main focus. Mine's more of like the kind of the sales side slash brand building stuff. I love doing that kind of stuff. That's why I like to do stuff like this. And
Okay.
um, yeah,
That
and so yeah, I'm the finish line guy. I like to get it out into the world at the end. So
that makes sense. That's why we kind of see like, I mean, scrolling through like Facebook or anything, a lot of times you have these short videos that come out that it's you on there, your vlogs that you guys are doing, which are super awesome. I love when companies do vlog stuff like that.
yeah,
It's like that peel behind the curtain, and kind of see that. So obviously, everybody's seeing your face and everything. So jumping with our questions, like, what's your story and like, how did you connect? You're one of the company owners. Like, how did you connect with them?
yeah, sure. So the long story long, as Chad always says. So the company started in 2009. It's kind of the
Mhm.
very, very beginning. Chad and Joe actually met in China, which is really cool.
Okay.
So Joe's from Inner Mongolia, northern China, and Chad is from East Tennessee, like myself. And so he was there working. Chad was there, and they met at an English school that Joe, I
Mm.
think, was actually attending at the time, like to learn English.
Oh,
And
okay.
Chad and his wife had moved to China, and he was
Mhm.
working with a manufacturer out of Chicago, and he started volunteering at this English school. They became quick friends,
Mhm.
and Joe was in the manufacturing world. Chad was in the manufacturing world, and so it was like, hey, we have some idea. I don't know, let's try to do something. Like so,
Mhm.
uh, so yeah, so they kind of started actually in children's furniture, which is funny. Then they realized
Okay.
that's a horrible business model because they're massive. Think items are big, they cost a
Mhm.
lot to ship, they cost a lot to store, and so they're like, okay, well, what's something we'll actually use? Like, what's something we want to make
Mhm.
for us? And yeah, that's actually where the first titanium pen came from. Was the solid
Okay.
titanium pen plus stylus. Actually, no, it was just solid titanium pen. And then there was another one called the PHX, which is Parker Huang, which is Chad
Mhm.
and Joe, Parker and Huang, and X because everything looks cooler with an X on the end.
Abs
And
yeah.
yeah, right. So the funny thing is, I've been with the company 6 years, and I just learned that the other day. I was like, that's what PHX stands for. They're like, yeah. It's like that's hysterical.
It's like
So,
deep company lore and
yeah,
everything.
exactly. Yeah. And yeah, so they ran the company, moved it back to the States, I think in 2017, I think is when Chad had moved back earlier than that. Joe moved to the States in 2017.
Mhm.
And then they moved to Chattanooga. I think it was
Okay.
2018. That sounds right.
Okay.
So it was just the two of them for about 10 years.
Mhm.
And so we actually met at church. Me and
Oh.
Chad and Joe went to church together. And Chad found out that I had a friend looking to move to the area and was like, okay, I think it's time we hire somebody, like a third
Mhm.
guy. And so he reached out to me because a buddy of ours had told him that I had a friend. And late night sitting on the couch, we're texting about it one night, and I'm like, man, this sounds really cool. Like this kind of sounds like something I'd be into. I was in musical instrument sales at the time, and so I
Mhm.
kind of have a sales background, and I've always been into gear. And
Right.
I was kind of an EDC guy that didn't know he was an EDC guy.
Mhm.
So I kind of say that all dudes are EDC dudes, whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
And so just kind of waiting for them to recognize that they are actually into this kind of stuff. And so,
Mhm.
um, yeah, so pretty much right away we had really no interview process. It was just like we got together for breakfast, and I started like a week later. So I came in doing kind of all back end support is kind of the best way to think about it. So customer
Mhm.
service, warranty work, exchanges, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And we all work from home. It was like we'd work 3-4 hours a day, like, and we were cruising, like everything was doing really well.
Mhm.
And it was like, okay, I think it's time to let's put the gas on this thing. Like, let's see what we can do. And I think we doubled year over year for the next 3 years. So it was
Wow.
like 3 years in a
Okay.
row of double of 100% growth. And so it was like every day was more intense than the next. And it was like, yeah, so it was a
Man.
wild ride for the first 3 or 4 years. Uh, Went to 3 different warehouses because we kept outgrowing them. Because we eventually did move into a warehouse, so we started hiring more employees. And so I started, yeah, May of 2019, and
Mhm.
we now have I think 20 employees.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so
You
like
guys
just
are
in the building here at the office, we've got I think 13 or 14. I should count them. I'm not sure actually. That's I should know how many employees we have. It's
Like
something like that, 19 or 20.
how many are here? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
there's five at
some.
the machine. We have a machine shop downtown for our USA stuff, and
Okay.
there's five guys that work there. So four
Wow.
machinists and a knife maker. Um,
Hmm.
yep. So yeah, so it's been growing like crazy. So this year our big focus is moving more into dealers. We've never really
Hmm.
been big into dealers, and so we
Okay.
actually just hired a guy to help out with the wholesale orders and kind of reaching out to new dealers and kind of vetting people and stuff like that. So
So that means, down the road we may be seeing your pens on like Blade HQ
oh,
and
they've been
place
there
like.
for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Hmm.
See, I whenever I've looked at your stuff or anything, it's always just I've gone right to your website instead of anywhere else. So I've never
Sure.
thought to check elsewhere. So that's awesome to hear that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we've been in Blade HQ for probably 4 or 5 years now. We're on
oh,
jetpins.com. They carry our stuff. We have a
okay.
handful of dealers in Europe actually, so
Hmm.
which is nice for the EU and
Hmm.
import taxes and all that stuff. So we're with
Oh yeah.
Knife Lounge, Macoma, Knives and Tools,
Hmm.
Cohesi, and there's another big one I'm not thinking of at the moment. I'll think of it in a second. And
It'll
so yeah,
it'll like pop back.
yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Handful of dealers in Australia now, a couple in South Africa actually,
Hmm.
Adventure Carry in Australia, and another Australia guy actually just placed his first order in 2 years today. So
Oh.
yeah, because we've been kind of reaching back out, like, okay, hey guys, we're actually going to try to push this a little. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, so that's been kind of a big push for us this year.
That's awesome. I mean, too, you've introduced like at this point now, I feel like you guys have kind of more or less like hit almost all the facets of like what's like you have what's everybody's like right.
Right slice fix.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
have fixing, you have writing, you have slicing. I know some people toss in the light thing occasionally. Everybody's like hit or
yeah.
miss. Do you carry flashlight? Do you not? And then
Yeah.
that's like
I,
the
I'm
whole
I've
thing.
I've gone back and forth with carrying a flashlight. I've got an Arcfeld, the O light, which I
Mm.
love. I kind of bought it randomly on Amazon one day, and of course they sent us a care package like a week later with two of them in it. I was like, son of a gun, I just bought one. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
keep them
I got
around.
the color I wanted. Yeah, it's cool. And
Right.
but yeah, I kind of keep it in my backpack. Like I always have some sort of bag I'm carrying back and forth depending on
Mhm.
the day, and so it just kind of lives in there. But I use it a ton.
I was gonna say I have I don't even it's like the i3E, I don't
Oh
even
yeah,
know.
yeah, I have two of those. Yeah.
It was like how they like to do those random like, hey, by the way, here's a free flashlight. And this
Hmm.
was one of those ones I had, I think it was the one of the Winter Warriors that was recalled because it was setting people's pants on fire. Um,
Oh, dude, it'll do that.
I did not
Yeah,
ret
that lockout mode is important.
I I did not return it because I'm like, I like this flashlight too much. I don't want to give it up. And then I broke the clip in, like, I got in the car and it caught it and snapped the clip. And I emailed them. They're
Hmm.
like, what flashlight? And they're like this. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to replace it. You have to send it to us. I'm like, it's like, well, am I getting a credit for this? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. So then I got like, it's like the Baton 3, but that was along with it. And it makes a big difference in everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Oh yeah.
never know.
It's great to have. I mean, of course you got the iPhone has one built into it now,
Hmm.
but yeah, those little the I1R2 EOS. I have one of those
Hmm.
that I've had for gosh, like 8 years. I think I bought it yeah, on Amazon. It's been on my
They,
keys. It's
they
actually
last like
on my
forever.
keys for my wife's car right now. So I keep two
Oh,
sets of keys. Wife's car, my car. So
right.
yeah.
Hey, you never know. Well, I was
I
like,
know. I
yeah.
still hate all that bulk. Yeah.
And the
It's like
flashlight, like, well, and that's too, like, even with, we'll get into design. So never mind. I'll put, like, leave it aside. I'll probably forget
yeah.
between, but, so next thing, when it comes to like design, if you had to describe your approach to design or like just work in general as kind of like three as either like a flavor, a song, or even as a tool, what would it be and
Hmm.
why?
A flavor song or tool. So my approach to like design and just work in general is kind of what
Hmm.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Hmm. I would probably go song.
Okay.
I'm a musician also, and so I resonate with that quite a bit. Yeah, I feel like there's like every there's we always joke life's about balance. Like everything's about balance. And so in mixing and audio,
Yep.
it's like if you're out of balance, it's going to be haywire, right? And
Right.
so like with business especially, it's like I like to think of our building as a flow. And so like where I'm at on the end here is kind of like our like content area. So we make
Mhm.
videos here. Obviously, this is our video background for all of our product overviews and that kind of stuff, collection videos, which I got to shoot like three more next week.
Oh man.
Then we have kind of the office where we actually have our desks and the team actually works. That's where my desk is, and we
Hmm.
like to work all together. So we just have like 8 desks all in a stretch. So we're like, there's
Oh,
no walls, nobody has an office.
just very
We all
open.
Yeah. So it's like
Hmm.
we don't ever have meetings because we're kind of constantly having meetings, I guess. So yeah, and so then there's like a production area where we kind of finalize products and we package stuff and that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And all of our USA products from down at the machine shop get a full final assembly here, and then I actually personally do the quality control on them on the back end before they go into
Okay.
packaging. And then we have like warehousing, and at the far end we have shipping. And so it's like
Hmm.
there's a flow to the building. It's like we have to talk about it, we have to advertise it, let people know it exists. So we need the content area. Then we have to implement those things in the office, the day to day actual work, and then there's production, shipping, all that stuff.
Hmm.
So there's kind of like a flow, and so everything. If I am spending too much of my personal time on the weeds of the business, so working in the business, not on the business, uh, then we're gonna have a lull next month,
Hmm.
or something's gonna get put behind because oh crap, I haven't done this video, or I haven't been posting
Right.
about this, and so everything, all the sliders have got to be in the right spot, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, and so yeah, for me that would probably resonate the most with me as far as how my mind works
Okay.
with so if I don't have a to-do list, things aren't going to get done, and so I always have a to-do list. I literally have it in front of me. So
It's a way to
yep,
go. And
yep.
I appreciate the musician, and with the sliders, I help out occasionally in the sound booth at my church.
Oh, nice,
And
me too.
occasionally I've had to do like the sound itself. And our guy, he is like, he's a whiz at stuff. And like,
Mhm.
he does it, he's not even professionally trained he's just been doing it for like a couple decades, I guess.
Oh yeah,
So he knows all. And I mean, he's the guy that like, he's just like this. And then you see him like I'm like, so
yep,
like,
that's me. Yep, I'm that guy at my church. Yep.
I am the guy
So
that's like,
yeah,
hey, are these all presets? Okay, where do I hit to hit the next preset? And then I'm
yeah.
gonna hope that it sounds good.
Yep. Oh yeah,
I
yeah. Actually, I did ran audio full time for a little over 3 years. I guess that was my full time job.
Wow.
So, and I was not trained. I literally got the job somehow, and I think I had run an actual soundboard 4 times before, and they hired me. I was like, I don't know that you know what you're doing, but I'll take the job. I was like
Trial by
23, like
fire.
yeah. It ended up being great. I loved it. I'm a quick learner, and so
Mhm.
yeah, had a lot of fun. So
Dude, that's awesome. Well, I mean, think about it too. And it kind of even your introduction to and becoming a part of Big Idea, but like, has there ever been like a random conversation, mistake, or even like a happy accident that kind of sparked something valuable? And obviously, you
ooh.
can't use the story that you already shared about joining them because you
Oh,
already
I'm not allowed to reuse.
you
Oh
can't reuse
gosh,
stuff, man.
I
Sorry.
only have 3 bullets, man. It depends.
Hey, this is why I sent them ahead of time
uh,
so you could like review them.
yeah. I read that earlier, actually. Hmm. Ask me the question one more time. Just
So,
let me hear it again.
has there ever been a random conversation, a mistake, or a happy accident that ended up sparking something valuable?
I think kind of always, actually.
Mm,
Yeah, like the nature of kind of how we work as a team.
hmm.
uh those like conversations, they happen so quickly and so naturally, I guess, here, that
Right.
like the we always kind of talk about the creative friction.
Right.
And so like Chad and Joe are in the way they approach design, especially, are almost polar opposites. And so that creates a really cool middle ground.
Hmm.
And so there's like a let's push the envelope engineering wise versus like let's keep it clean and let's keep it timeless. And so we're big on
Hmm.
timeless design. Like we love like
Right.
heavy champers, and we don't love billboarding. We don't slap our logo over everything. Like strategic logo placements and stuff like that. Yeah, I can't think of like a specific moment because it just happens all the time. Like
Right.
that's just kind of who we are. Uh, yeah, we live in kind of creative friction with each other, and so the you know the three of us as an ownership team like balance each other really really well. So we can
Hmm.
I think that's a huge part in the success of our business so far, but then also
Hmm.
just kind of like I think in any company
Right.
needs balance in the ownership, and so if it's not a single owner, and so yeah, we kind of hold each other accountable. We kind of push each other in ways we wouldn't have if we didn't have each other, and yeah, it's like I'm more naturally outgoing, and so I like doing the content and being
Mhm.
kind of the face, I guess you could call it.
Right.
um, and then yeah, it's like Chad kind of handles a lot of our like business to business relationships. And so if we're doing like the Chavez collab, we just dropped
Hmm.
that. Him and Ramon have worked on that really tightly together. And uh, Chad's a big project guy. He loves a good
Right.
project. And then Joe's kind of the business, so he's like the one that's kind of making sure the bills are paid, and he's making sure payroll's there, and he's,
Hmm.
he does, thank the Lord that he does that, and I don't have to do any of that because I would screw all of that up. And so, but yeah, so yeah, creative friction is kind
Right.
of just part of who we are, I guess. So it's hard to pinpoint this. I'll try to think of an exact example, but
Right.
it just kind of happens. So
Well, I was gonna say, even with collaborations, like creativity works, especially like in the market of everyday carry stuff.
mhm.
Creativity is kind of like by and part, like like obviously we have like the bigger companies, like the big names without naming names that kind of like they pump out kind of similar stuff every year. We're gonna get like
Mhm.
but a lot of times, especially if you pump out the same things, it's like we have companies that make the Call of Duty pocket knives every year. That it's like,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, hey, by the way, there's like, oh, we used a slightly different chamfer or something like that.
yeah. So
Same,
very subtle design
yeah,
changes. Yeah, facelifts, if you will. Yeah,
yes. And then you
yeah.
have companies where it's like, hey, we did this, and then all of a sudden, like you're dropping like collapse. Like again, I don't have any Chavez knives. I love how that skull clip looks on.
It's the most iconic logo or a clip I think in
Right.
EDC. So and
Hmm.
Ramon's a great dude. He is the nicest guy. So that's been a lot of fun to kind of get to know him, and then
Oh
also
yeah.
doing just a collab together. So,
Right.
yeah, and we did like I don't know if you've seen the everyday trading cards.
Yes, I did. I did
Yeah,
not grab
so
a set. I was like, those are literally like the coolest thing ever.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So they're like those are uh, super cool to do. Like we make
mhm.
actually negative money on those, but
Oh,
they're more like a passion project. Like we
right.
love uh, just like the community of the EDC world. Like is
Mhm.
very important to us, and so it's like not only are the customers important to us, but also the like our fellow makers and our fellow brands. Because if you let it, they can be some of your best friends you'll ever have, and so.
Right.
Uh, and so I feel like I was just talking to a guy yesterday who's in the gun industry,
Mhm.
who's a local to us. They came by and hung out for a little bit, and he was just talking about how the competition is like not good. It's not healthy in the
Mhm.
gun community as far as the manufacturing goes. And we're so fortunate that like the knife community, the EDC community is not that. Like we have cultivated this community that's like some of my best friends are now part of this, other companies like Ben, you were talking about you did with Ben
Right.
Peterson, become one of our best friends. And so uh just getting back from a trade show in Netherlands, like getting to see people that we've become these good friends with that
Hmm.
live overseas, the amount of people that know in Europe blows my mind. So my son
Right.
didn't quite understand that I had friends in a different continent. He was like, "How do you
Like,
do this?" Yeah.
what does that
So
mean?
yeah, and so the everyday cards I think kind of helps bridge a gap with a lot of different people, and so it's like
Hmm.
we get to put these 8 to 10 people in a group and that may have never been in a conversation together, and so now we're
Right.
all at the table together, we're all hanging out, we're doing something fun together. We're not making any money, but who cares? It's not what it's about, and so yeah, so that's been really really cool, and it's actually a lot of these cool collabs we've done have come out of those conversations
Oh.
during that. It's really cool. So like Ramon was on one.
Hmm.
Tom from Notorious CDC, he was on a card. We just did the collab with him. Ben was on
Yeah.
one. We did the Sancho. We did the collaboration with him. And
I'm
so
saying,
yeah,
gotta
it's been a lot of fun.
shout out to the Sancho.
There you go. The
I,
Sancho, as Ben says, I
Sancho.
call it. No, it's called Sancho. I call it Sancho. Ben
You
hates
just
it.
the Sancho.
He always gets on to me when I call it Sancho.
I was gifted this a week or so ago, I think, and
Oh, nice.
I love this pen. Like, and I mean, and here's the thing. I know people are like, oh, it's like a big crystal. I'm like, okay, I've never been like, I've typically been like a Pilot G2 guy, but the more I
Okay.
use it, I'm like, dude,
It's great.
I'm like,
It's a
why?
great refill. It really is.
And it's
So
everywhere.
the quick story of that, if you haven't seen the video. So before Blade Show 2024, Blade Atlanta,
Hmm.
the past couple years, Ben's come to our office first,
Hmm.
and we've just kind of hung out because we're like an hour and a half from Atlanta,
Oh,
and so Ben was sitting at the desk next to me, and I'm at my desk, and I kind of look over, and he's like writing down some stuff, and he's got a big crystal in his hand. I was like, and I tried not to like let it bother me. I was like, I said, Ben, I gotta know, man. What's up with the pin? What's the deal here? Like, what? I know you own our pins. Like, what is going on? And he was like, "Are you ready to open a can of worms?" I was like, "Yes." And we literally, me and Joe, like, I think we're the only two here, just shut our computers and we're like, "All right, what's up?" What?
oh, that's best. When you shut the computer, you
Yeah.
know
And we like,
it's
you have our attention. He's like, he said, "You want to open a can of worms?" We're like, "Yes, let's do this right now." And yeah, he already like had a 3D printed version that I think him and Matt, one of the designers on his team, had come up with, and
mm,
yeah, so we kind of like took their idea with our design language and, mix the two and bam, Sancho.
It
And it's awesome.
it
It's such a good little pin.
it's
And
the
that
full
refill is
size.
great. That refill is great.
Well, I
They're dirt
mean,
cheap too.
well, especially for like those of us like this is what I do. This Substack is not my full-time job. Maybe someday I'd love it if I got to do this like full-time eventually, but like I have a full-time job, but a lot of times I'm like a semi-remote worker. So a lot of times they're like,
Oh,
"Hey,
nice.
you need any new stuff?" I'm like, "I need pens." And now I can totally be like, "I need a whole
Just
basket
give me
of
a box of
big
big
pens."
crystals.
They're
Yeah.
never they're gonna be like, "Oh, sure, that's cheap." And then I
Yeah, it'd be
have
like $1. Yeah, and you'll get 20 of them. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're literally
I,
they're 10 cents a piece. Yeah, I think. So
and then I keep a couple in my work bag. So when I have to fill out paperwork with someone, I'm like, hey, here you go. And if they keep the pen, um,
it's not a big deal.
it's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna be like, please give me back my pen. That's kind of important, kind of
Oh,
expensive.
I've chased waitresses down because they've walked away with my pen at a restaurant. True story. It's
I,
happened.
I'm not letting any, I told my wife, I'm like, nobody's touching. I was like, this is my pen. This is like the treasured
Mhm.
possession. She's like, so is it like this so you can stab people? Is it self-defense? I'm like, no,
Oh,
it's just super durable so I can keep it
yeah.
forever. And
It's a
then my
quality writing instrument.
yes, and she's
Yeah.
like, oh, that
So,
makes sense. And then we'll go
yeah.
from there.
Yeah,
But
we get comments like all the time with like our different ads. We run a ton of ads and kind of the name of the game these days. And uh, a lot of people are like $100 for a pin. I'm like, I always come back with like, for it's not cheap because it's not cheap. I love saying that. I think it's funny. And so
mhm,
so it's like, and it's like they're like nice sunglasses. Like if
mhm,
you invest, say I spend $150 on some nice Ray Bans or something, I'm gonna
right.
actually I have one pair of Ray Ban sunglasses I've had for 14 years. It's because I paid money for them, and so I know exactly where they're at.
Right.
So,
Well, it's like, yeah, anything, if it's good quality, it's going to last for a long time. And I'd
mhm,
rather have, it's better. I call it and it happened, it was like, I call it the Nike principle. Cause like for me, like there was one time I wanted to save money. So I went and I bought like Walmart sneakers and then I went to a youth, went with our church's teams to like a youth weekend at a camp.
mhm,
By the end of the weekend, they were done. They had like fallen to pieces basically. And so then after that, I would buy Nikes. And so like that's for us is like the Nike principle. Like I'm going to spend a little bit more and
mhm.
it's going to last me because I spent a little bit more.
Correct. Yep.
You know, if you,
Yep. I do buy one, cry once. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Buy
Um,
once, cry once. Yeah.
buy
I
once,
think
cry
I said
once.
that right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it works really well.
Mhm.
It's a good mentality. But so like coming back to, kind of like the idea of work and everything, inside, outside of work. You get talking about like being in like constant creative friction. Like, what's something that kind of like consistently brings you ideas?
Oh man. For me, like with ideas, like if I am continuing to work on the ideas I do have, they come more naturally. And so it's like it
Mhm.
becomes muscle memory, right? And
Right.
so like I can't just force something to come up, and because if I do, it's not going to be good. Like I just
Mhm.
have to kind of like we're I think one of our greatest strengths and probably weakness to some people is I like doing things right now, and so
Mhm.
Chad always jokes that if you want to get me, you just say the words right now, and I'm in. Like I'll do anything. You be like, hey, you want to go do I don't know, you want to go jump off that bridge right now? I'm like, yes, 100%. Yeah. Well, I get hurt?
Let's
No. Okay,
go.
cool. Let's go. Like, yeah. And so like the freedom and the ability to like, hey, I have this video idea or I have
Hmm.
this idea to do something. Let's do it literally right this second. Like, don't
Hmm.
write it down. Don't, think about it for too long. Like, let's just do it. And so
Hmm.
let's see what happens. So I think our team, we're really good at that is like executing those like not last second, but in the moment type things.
Hmm.
And so if I let myself think about something too long, I ruin it. And so I just kind
Right.
of over analyze it, overthink about it, and it just kind of loses the magic. And so
Ah,
yeah, like we so I don't know if you saw we did our open box event yesterday,
no, I didn't
uh,
see that.
and you need to go check out the reel on Instagram. It's gold. It's kind of our a couple time a year. Let's make something really ridiculous video.
Hmm.
And kind of like something we can just because it's funny and it announces the event, but
Right.
it's also hilarious. So that one it turned out amazing. Our editor Danny did a great job. He or videographer, photographer, editor, so he's kind of all in one. And
Oh,
so
okay.
uh, yeah, so I had the idea and we kind of like spitballed it together for 15 minutes and then we shot it. So it was like,
Oh,
and it turned out hilarious. So I was like, can you make me 8 inches tall? He's like, yes. I was like, sweet, let's do it.
I mean, the thing too,
It's
it's like
hilarious. It's hilarious. So,
the spur of the moment where you don't overthink it. It's not ridiculous. It's
hmm
like I've been experimenting with YouTube Shorts, and like one of the most random videos was like I walked up to my cat that was sitting on this windowsill here,
hmm
and like walked up and just started petting her, and then she's purring, and I posted it, and then it was like 1,800 views within like a couple hours. I'm like, what
dang.
the heck? Like,
Yeah.
and then of course I said, well, it's a cat. Like the internet loves
Yeah,
cats. It's
cat. They
like
love cats. We have cats at our machine shop. I think just for that reason. I try to show them in the vlogs because they get views.
I
But
don't know if there's mine. She's just chilling out
oh,
there.
nice, nice. Actually, one of our guys just brought his dog in a second.
I
It literally was barking his head off right before I jumped on this call. So I
you
was
see
like,
the
"Shut up, dog."
that was like when I did my interview with Ben. So where it's like there's a window like right here, so I can see
Mm,
up the hill where I live, and so like I'm on with him, and I'm looking out because like this big old Rottweiler is just like wandering around the yards and the hillside. I'm like, is there a person here? And I'm like trying to pay attention. I'm like, this is terrible. Oh no, I can't focus.
oh
And I'm
yeah.
like, dude, I didn't mean to. He's like, well, I didn't notice it that much. I'm like, well, that's
Hey,
good because I
well,
was.
yeah. See, my ADD like tick like that is
Mhm.
cars. I'm a big car guy, and so
Ah.
we have 247 feet of windows from side to side of the building here, and so I can see the whole road in front of me, which is like every two. See, like right there, there's a Kia Sorento. It just goes by. I have to look at it. It's just who I am.
So
So.
then, if you're a car
hmm
guy, any car, doesn't matter the what era, if
This is
you,
gonna be easy.
yeah, if someone says you can have any car, any time period, any design, whatever, right? What is it going to be? Top of the mouth, like you can't think about it.
Air cooled 911.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
which I'll caveat with I own my dream car. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So it's I'll give you a quick story. But my dad was a big European car guy, and so I grew up with
Oh,
old European cars.
mhm.
Learned to drive a stick when I was 10 on an MGB. Actually, I have an MGB. I drove it today.
Oh, wow.
And Yeah, and so my dad passed away back in 2018,
Hmm.
and he bought in 1997 a 1975 911, and so after he passed away, I inherited the car, and so that was like the car that got me into cars. Yeah, and so
That
it was
was your
kind of like,
gateway.
yeah, it's like this.
Hmm.
Like I mean, I remember the moment we like pulled out of the driveway, and he was like, "You know, this thing's a rocket, right?" Because I'm used to like the slow British cars. They were fun to drive, but like
Hmm.
they're slow. Like I think my EMG's got like 90 horsepower on a good
Okay.
day. It's not fast, and uh, and so he was like, for the cars that he owned, this thing was like 4 times faster. And it like pinned me in my seat. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this thing?" Like, so I was kind of obsessed with it ever since. I think I was 12. So,
It's
but
it's like that meme. I saw somebody sent it to me on Discord ages ago. It was like a picture of it was like some piece of Halo art where it's like the warthogs jumping and the Spartans like hanging on the hood, and it's like we all have that one friend. And I'm like, we it's like some everybody's got somebody in the friend group that guy is going to be the pin you to the back of the seat and just be like, make sure you're buckled.
oh yeah, let's go for it. Yeah,
Let's just have fun.
yeah,
That which is
yep.
fun. I mean,
Oh,
I don't
100%.
the best thing. So like being a car guy, you kind of like in and out, that's part of a hobby and everything. Do you have kind of like a particular like a ritual or a hobby that kind of helps you like reset?
Uh, I'm what I call myself a hobbyist. I can turn
Oh.
anything into a hobby, and I can obsess about everything. So, uh, yeah, it's bad.
I
Yeah, so
feel I feel you, man.
I get like the hyper focus side of ADHD, like where like
Oh, this
I
that's
like it's bad. Yeah, so like I'll get like I go down these like hard rabbit holes, and I'll turn like everyday things into major hobbies for 6 months until I've
hmm
refined it down to my perfect version of this, and then I can move on. And
hmm
so like, but then those things continue to be a part of my life and part of my routine.
hmm
I've just mastered them.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
now
mm,
you've officially made it your personality and now it's just like added to you.
exactly.
Um,
For at least a season, it'll like I'll
yep.
obsess over about 6 months. It's but so about two a
Hmm.
year. I obsess over something so much so that like I feel like I've almost, for the average person,
Hmm.
I've mastered it, and then I can kind of I continue to do those things throughout my life,
Hmm.
but I can move on to obsessing about other things now that I've figured that one
Right.
out. Right. So, yeah. So I'm into a ton of stuff. Obviously I'm a musician. Play
Hmm.
guitar, play drums. I did play keys for a long time. I actually haven't touched. I have a
Yeah.
piano here at the office. I haven't touched it in, gosh, 3 years. And so, uh, car guy. I'll have a motorcycle. I love. I love
Hmm.
riding my bike. I love camping, hiking. I
Right.
like cooking on the grill. Any cooking outside in general.
Right.
Yeah, I got, yeah. Sometimes sports. I like disc golf. I haven't played disc golf in a long time, but I do
Mhm.
love disc golf. Um, yeah, kind of anything really. So
Right.
I
I
can
was gonna
literally turn
say,
anything into a hobby. I got into clean shaving or wet shaving, sorry, for a while with
oh,
like the double edged safety razors. And
okay.
oh, I have like way more like shaving soaps than a man should own, but I don't ever use them because I have a short beard.
But you have the
So,
backup. See, I got into
but I
shaving
have them.
because I
Oh, there
am
you go.
hardcore, you know.
Oh yeah. I had
I,
to have the new razor and I had to have the vintage razor. So I have like a Gillette from the 40s that is like in
oh,
amazing condition and that I actually found at an antique store all of all places. And
oh, dude.
and then I have the new fancy German one. So it's like, all right, I got
So
my kit. I'm set up. I can move
you got
on.
the,
So,
you got
but I still have
everything.
it and I still use it when I do use it. But
There is something too about like when you do that, and also then it speaks to our spouses like tolerating that. Let's be honest.
hmm
Like my wife is a saint because I do the same thing. I'm like, oh, I'm all in on this, and like I
uh-huh.
will be super into it, like knives. Like she listens like so much. Like when I got this pen and I talked about that incessantly, I'm like, I don't know how she didn't like eyes glaze over, but like she listened and she's like, or like even, this, kind of talking about this kind of stuff. She does really well with it. Like now my daughter now on the cusp, my daughter's 11 and now she's going and she's like, like asking questions and stuff here and there. And I've already planned out like this come next year's birthday. It's the first
hmm
knife, so that's like the
It's a
era
big
right
deal.
there.
It's a
Yeah,
big
so
deal.
which I already planned it out too because she and I are both cat people, and well, like Ben and his
Oh yeah,
space.
Space Kitty. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
and
We have a cardboard cutout of Space Kitty. That was it was at one of the Blade shows.
yes,
I can't remember which one, but it's above the urinals in the men's room. We have a whole bathroom dedicated to NAFs. In case you haven't heard about this, it's the NAFs
dude,
East Coast office.
that's
100.
hilarious.
We have a ton of NAFs memorabilia in our men's bathroom here at the
I
office. It's
w
ridiculous.
I want to know if there's a like a knife maker or like some creator in the community that's like where half of their inspiration has happened,
Oh,
and
mine's in the shower every day. Yeah.
oh, see,
Uh-huh.
just get the
I
right it.
know if I get in the shower and I start thinking about a video I want to do, then I have to shoot that. Like that kind of frames my day.
Hmm.
So a lot of times, like especially like for the vlogs and stuff, I'm like, oh, that'd be fun, or like, I get inspired for like, okay, let's
Right.
show this, or let's talk about this today, or um, maybe if there's like an event coming up, and like I'll kind of like if my wheels are turning in the shower, I'm like, okay, shoot, I got to shoot today, like because if I
Hmm.
don't, I'll forget all of this, and I'm in it right now. And so,
Right.
yeah, so video ideas come to me in the shower. So it's like 19 minutes of just standing there and then 1 minute of cleaning myself. So,
It's like, oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's like,
See,
oh, the water's getting cold. I should probably
you're
do what
like,
I'm here to do. Yeah,
I need to
not just
finish.
stand here. Yeah,
Yeah, for me, it's like,
exactly.
oh, I have to go because it's like, oh, I have to go get my daughter to school, and so it's like, gotta
Yep.
wrap up, go.
Yes.
Which ironically, once I started shaving my head, now showers take longer every so often. I'm like, really?
Oh, weird.
I was really hoping the time would take less, but I'm waiting for somebody to like. I see these like things where it's like you just like rub it over your head, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
I don't know if I'm willing to commit to it yet. Maybe I'm just like
hmm
really stuck on like my like basic razors. Who knows?
I don't know.
Uh,
There's something about like I said with like wet shaving. Like I
mhm.
love, and I think this kind of actually really does tie into like what we make is like I love
Yep.
the analog like items throughout your day
Yeah.
that can make you slow down a little bit. Like I'm so
Yeah.
naturally a fast paced person, and like
Hmm.
let me move as fast as I can from the
Right.
time I wake up to the time I go to bed. And so like the things that make me slow down are very important for me. And so
Right.
like in the morning, like if I'm going to shave, I'm going to take 15 minutes and I'm going to get the froth and I'm
Hmm.
going to use the
You're
boar's
gonna.
hair brush and I'm going to like do 4 passes because it takes forever, but it gets it nice and clean. And so
Hmm.
there's an element of like those things that you do every day, whether it's writing something or for me, it's driving cars. I don't like new cars. I like old analog, like
Right.
stick shifts. And so I have a 12-year-old Subaru that's my like if it's raining or I have to haul something car, and then I never drive
Hmm.
it other than that.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and so like yeah, like the things that like make you kind of experience the item
Hmm.
or the thing throughout your day, like that, like writing something down. Like there's something so
Hmm.
like tactical about it. Like, you can touch it and you can feel it and it makes
Yeah.
you uh
Well,
really think
it's.
about what you're doing. Like I don't have radios in my car in my old
Hmm.
cars at least. Like my dad would
Oh.
always put radios. I actually took them all out, so put
Mhm.
little delete panels in, and
Oh.
yeah, it's just kind of like a thing. Like I no, I want to hear the car. I want to like
Hmm.
experience the change in the air pressure and like with the windows
Hmm.
down and yeah, like
There's.
Chad's rolling up on an old motorcycle right now. So
Duh. Well, there's
Yeah,
some,
so
and I think whether I don't, they never really talk about it, but I feel like in the EDC community, like sure, obviously, like a lot of these flat lays, there's a phone in there a lot of times or
mhm.
something like that, and those are great, but those are fast paced, but there is something naturally like slow down with the analog, like
Yeah, totally.
sure,
I literally was talking about this earlier with my phone. We were talking
Mhm.
about like, with the new iPhones being announced. Since like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, I got like I don't know, like I think it's even pretty new. It's like I think it's a 16 Pro or something. Anyway, something like
Mhm.
that. And it's like these things are cool, but like these are
Right,
the things that we're going to use to communicate with other people about the
right,
things that we actually like. Like
yeah, like.
I'm not in love with my phone. Like who cares? It's I've had iPhones since they first came out in like
Mhm.
2007. So like however many years that 18 years now I've had an
Okay.
iPhone, and they're great. It's a great tool.
Hmm.
But it's like I see it as a way to connect with other people is the best way I like
Hmm.
to use it. And learning.
It's
I obviously it's a great way to research thing and um so yeah, so it's like
yeah,
to me that's not like I don't whenever I'm like talking about what my carry is like that I'd never include that. Like everybody's got
it's
one.
we've all
It's
got
part of
it.
America. It's part of the world now. But yeah, it's like, but what I'm excited about is like what pin I've got, or I
Yeah.
like bandanas too, and so I always have a bandana with me. Or like what
Oh,
watch I'm wearing. I love analog watches, and ooh, you a bandana guy too?
I am. Here's my. I'm
Haha,
hoping the
the old
camera.
Jeremy Sires. You know who
Oh
made
yeah.
those? I did. I made those.
Oh, you did that, man. I should
Yeah,
I
we,
should
yeah.
like mail it and
We
have
have a
you
red
like.
one too.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have
Oh
to.
yeah, they're
So
in stock actually.
I'm a bandana guy because my dad is a bandana guy. My
Oh,
dad always carried a full size like the red paisley kind of looking ones.
you mean like this?
Just like that. I have one of his, I
Cool.
actually have, he gave me one. It was an older one. He hadn't used it to wipe his nose or anything, but it's just one he'd been carrying. He gave it to me and I stuck it in my memory box because I like, it still has that. And my dad is still currently, my dad's alive. So,
Oh,
but,
nice, nice.
but it's one of those things where he's older and everything, but it's like he gave it to me. I'm like, that's going in the memory box because it smells like
Oh
him.
yeah,
And so I never carry that, but I have this. This is like always in my pocket and
nice. Yeah,
works for
that's a great.
everything.
Jody, our illustrator, actually designed that.
I
So,
love
yep.
it was funny too. I was at youth group one point and my pastor said the phrase,
Uh
and I was
huh.
like, hey, look at this. He's
I
like,
got
what?
something for you,
I
buddy.
was like,
Yeah.
open it up. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like that's cool. And the
You're
teens
like, you
are,
need one of these.
yeah, I've tried to, if I asked him what his EDC was, first off, he's like, I don't have one, but he really does. He's got like
Hmm.
a Pilot G2 and a pen, and that's probably it. And then like his backpack with the theology books and Bible. And
Hmm.
that's like it, which again, the pastor EDC is going to be different kind of thing.
Yep. Totally.
But all guys are EDC, like you said, all guys are EDC guys.
Yep.
They just haven't actually realized they are, and
Yeah.
then they do.
Or it's totally catered to like, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, so is mine. Like, it's catered to like what my like daily tasks truly are. Like, whether it's for work or personal.
Right,
Like I'm gonna make sure I've got the tools I need for whatever my day is. And so that's one reason I carry a bag back and forth to the office pretty much every day. And
right,
so it's like things like, okay, this is what I'll use at home also. So I almost load up more to go home than I do to come to the office because I have so much stuff here. But it's
right.
like, all right, okay, I'm gonna need my notebook, my AirPods need to go in there, and like I don't know. I normally bring my camera home. Like I have a camera I keep in my bag. Just I don't know, just in case I'm on my way in and I have a video idea that needs a shot in a car. I just kind of throw it in the bag. So
Mhm. Well,
uh,
there's like everything, there's the on-body carry, there's the off-body stuff, and it's like it flows kind of thing.
yeah, for sure.
So with creativity, kind of project, and I think early, mentioned about, I think it's Chad is the project guy, maybe. I
Yeah, well,
yeah.
we all kind of are. Depends on the project, but yeah,
So now when we come, like this is again, I'm kind of jumping. So obviously, I think I give you the heads up that I'm a rabbit trail guy.
me too.
I,
When
it's the,
I read that in your notes, I was like, yes, this is gonna be fun. I love rabbit holes. So
and the best ones, the best interviews that like I listen to are the ones where there's some floating around kind of
oh, for
thing.
sure. Yeah.
But like obviously, has there ever been a time where you're like, I have to, like a project where you guys started to do the project and didn't go the way it like had like a hard left or something, but like through that, you guys, you or the team specifically learned through that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, a lot of projects end up like that. I would say the biggest one would be the first folding pocket knife we made.
Um,
Yeah, so the TI pocket knife, the original one, we still
mhm.
make it. And that one, it was a fun project. So I think when I first started, so this is 2019, we had I want to say like our first get together. We would meet at a biscuit place and we'd work from a biscuit place like all morning. We'd have breakfast and then we'd be there until like lunchtime. And that was like
Hey.
our office, like couple, probably every other week we'd have like a kind of a work day together, instead of working all from home. And yeah, one of my very first kind of work days we had together, we were talking about a pocket knife design, and kind of
Mhm.
like Chad and Joe already had like an idea for it. And like I said, we like to try to bring something innovative into whatever that market is. And pocket knives are so hard because we're kind of at a point where there's so much has been done already that like there's
Mhm.
not as much innovation left to be had for the most part. And so like I mean there's exceptions to that of course, but for the most part, folding pocket knives, everything's been done. And so we were actually coming up with this idea for I don't know why I'm fidgeting with this random camera battery charger. So
Fidgeting is totally
I
all
was like,
good,
what is it?
man.
I didn't even notice. And yeah, so we had an idea for a knife that could be both a frame lock and a slip joint. And so we had
Oh.
this mechanism that you could actually like you take one screw out, slide a plate up, put it in, basically rescrew it into a new hole, and it would fix that frame lock into a fixed position. So therefore, you'd have a slip joint. We tried like assisted opening versions. We tried regular versions, and we were like, I don't know, it's just kind of overcomplicated. Let's just back it up and let's just do a good frame lock. We all love frame locks, all of us,
Oh yeah.
and let's do a solid frame lock with like a flipper tab. Like
Mhm.
we really love flippers. It's kind of the action that we all love, and so we went through the refining process. We actually have some samples. We should probably like put them in a vault or something of this
Dude.
early model. We actually the funny thing is we actually patented that. And
Oh.
the white. Well, let's see if I can point at it. This one right here.
Okay.
That's actually the patent paperwork for that knife we never made. Is
Dude, that's
right here in
awesome.
this frame. So yeah, we printed out a bunch of our patents and put it on the wall, and little Easter
Trophies.
eggs for behind video. Yeah, exactly. I think it's either 9 or 10 U.S. utility patents. I think it's I want to say it's 9. We just got a new one. So anyway,
Hmm.
and so that one we went through the process of we kind of killed the idea of the double locking mechanism, just because it was kind of complicated and it worked. It wasn't as easy as we were hoping to do. So we kind of
Hmm.
we're hoping that it would come out a little bit easier to flip between the two settings. Anyway,
Right.
so we made basically that version into a normal folder with a flipper tab, and
Ah.
we kind of had it. We liked it, and so we're like, all right, let's change this, and this, and kind of
Mhm.
I think we're probably there. Like last round of revisions, and this has been a kind of a slow burn project over about 3 years,
Oh wow.
and so we got that last one in, and then we kind of told our manufacturing team like, all right,
Hmm.
let's change these things. Let's do one more run of samples, and then I think we'll be good. And in that period of probably 2 months, I guess. It wasn't a fast track project, so normally if it's fast track, we get new samples in like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
But with the more slow burn, we kind of let them, on the backside of we still want to move them, but they're not as high priority. And
Right.
so each of us had picked up different knives during that period. Like we had all, I randomly fell in love with
Oh.
one at Bass Pro Shop that it was like a ZT 450, I think is what it is. That sounds right.
Hmm.
Um, and like it was titanium. It had S35, and so it was like kind of on par with what we were making. And I just picked it up at Bass Pro Shop one day, and I was like, "This is sweet." And it felt great in my hand.
Hmm.
And so I ended up buying it, and I kind of fell in love with it. And then Chad ordered I think it was a Chris Reeves Small and Cosi. And
Oh.
then Joe, I forget what not Joe had a knife that he was falling in love with. And so we'd all kind of had some time to spend with these knives we'd picked up,
Hmm.
and realized what we loved about those. And then we got our last revision in, and we each carried it for I think like 2 days each or something like that. Like, all right, here you
Right.
carry it for 2 days, and then we throughout a week we all carried it, and we kind of at the end of the week we looked at each other and we're like, this isn't it, man. It's not right. So we're like,
Oh
so
man.
we for the most part scrapped the whole thing. Like
Oh.
the next day, we're like, it's just not right. It's not right. Let's just kill it. And
Mhm.
so we kind of went back to the drawing board, and we brought in some things that we learned obviously through that process. And we basically kind of totally redid it in 2 weeks.
Right.
So yeah, so we ended up doing a whole nother couple runs of samples, getting the action right, going different case strong and ball bearings, different detents, that kind of stuff, and finally got it dialed in, and then we launched it. Gosh, and so that was we launched that. I want to say it was May or June of 23. That sounds right. So
Oh.
just a little over 2 years ago, 2 years and 3 months or so, and but we've been working on that for
Hmm.
4 years, 5 years, 4 years, something like that.
And
So
then we,
yeah, we talked
and
about it in 2019. It came out in
oh wow.
2023. So yeah,
And I think at this point now, you guys have.
Yeah,
three or
we've gone
four
heavy
knives in
in,
yours.
yeah.
You guys have
Oh,
really leaned into
uh,
that.
yeah, that's been a really fun new category for us over the
Right?
last couple of years. And so, yeah, we just launched our technically it's our fourth folder.
Hmm.
And then we have two fixed blades. We launched another
Right.
fixed blade just a couple months. Actually, gosh, I keep thinking it's been a long time. It came out like 8 weeks ago.
Hmm.
The Signal, the larger
Yeah.
fixed blade. Yeah, and
I
that
love how
one's
that
just
looks.
U.S. made too. So that one's only made here in Chattanooga. We're not doing an import version on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so really, really cool knife. I actually love that thing. So that's my camping knife.
Hmm.
I take that one and a TJ Schwartz LT5, the Lost Trail
Oh, yeah,
5.
yeah.
Those are
Hmm.
my camping knives. So TJ's
Okay.
a great guy. Shout out to TJ, awesome dude.
I was gonna say this is the and this is kind of related to with you guys with what you do. You guys have done a lot of collabs with people. I mean, we've
Mm-hmm.
got the Sancho.
Yeah.
You've done knives with Peter McKinnon, with Jeremy
Uh-huh.
Sayers. You've done a
Yeah,
bunch
the
of different.
Dino. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that Dino, but yeah, that was 100% made here in the shop.
Mhm.
So that was
So
a Mac, our knife maker. That's one of his designs.
oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, it's like, yeah, so you guys have pulled in with a bunch of, I mean, and with that too, that there's the connection there again. And this is where like the internet comes in as like such an
Mm-hmm.
awesome thing that you guys are having, collaborations. And this came up with Ben and I when we were talking in our interview, is the internet, it's like, this conversation in the past, I would have had to drive like the 12 hours down to Chattanooga for us to
Yep.
sit and do this. Whereas I'm like, hey, what time works for you? Or like, hey, this day, this time, and they're click, and here
Yeah.
we are.
Mm-hmm.
So now you
Yeah,
guys have got
technology is a great thing. Yeah,
yes,
if we use it correctly, it's great. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Now, obviously, talk about your knives and everything. So do you EDC your one of your knives, one of the
Oh,
company's
of
knives,
course.
or
Yeah.
is
Oh,
it
100%.
because you're talking about the ZT? So I'm like, is it
Oh, now
still?
we love not like I'm actually like personally not a knife collector. I'm
Hmm.
a like I have like I'm very sentimental actually when it comes to the
Right.
items I carry.
Okay.
And yeah, and so like I get really really attached to them. And so before we made our first knife, I had uh a Benchmade. It was the Bug Out CF Elite, so the really
Oh,
really lightweight carbon fiber meets
yeah.
some. I forget what the CF scales were. Anyway, the lightweight scales. I had gotten like some birthday money from my in-laws, and I was like, you know what? My father-in-law loves knives. I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a nice pocket knife. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I had like a Kershaw or something like that before there,
Right.
and it was great. It was a great little knife, a little Kin Onion design, a scallion. I actually still have it. It's on my desk.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, a really cool little knife. And so I bought that Bug Out, and I think that Bug Out was in my pocket for 4 years.
Hmm.
And so like I still have it's literally I have a little toolbox in my cabinet that's got all my knives and
Oh,
stuff in it. And so yeah, I like get really attached to stuff. So when I commit to one,
like you are
unless
all in.
I'm all in. Yeah. So like I'm like that's my knife. And so but
Mhm.
even if like a lot of times like when we shoot say like product videos or overviews or something, especially if I have to use it in the video, like
Oh
if I've
yeah.
used it in the, I don't feel good about reselling it. And so like and it's kind of like little mementos like I can like oh cool that was from when we launched this one and just cool
Oh yeah.
talking
You're like,
points
hey, of
too.
this, and they're
Yeah,
kind
so
of
so
these
on my desk is
pinnacles.
every one of our knives that I used in a video
Oh,
or I used in a product video like this. And yeah, so right now I have this is the Overlook, which is our newest folder. Let me see if I can get some light on it.
oh, and
Yeah,
here's the thing. This is the
this
best
has been
part.
yeah for a few months now since we launched it. This was the one I did the product overview video with. It's been in my
Mm.
pocket ever since. So
And there is something about
great
too,
knife.
like titanium, and I mean, obviously some people like titanium, whatever. That's cool, but like there is something to like regularly carried titanium. The look that it seems to
Ooh,
get.
hold on.
I don't even know if it's like patina. Maybe that's the right.
It's its
It,
own patina. Yeah, I
yes,
agree. I agree. The
it's.
here, so check this thing. Speaking of
Oh,
heavy use titanium,
let's see
so
it.
this is my TPT slide that I've. This is the
Oh,
only one I've ever had. I've had it for 6 years, and it's like. Hopefully you can see it.
oh
It's
my
like
goodness.
shined up, and like the stone
There.
washing has become like polished, and like I
Wow.
love this thing. So I even
That
engraved my
looks.
name on the back, so
Oh
I would
my
know which one's
goodness.
mine. Uh,
There is. That's see. That's like a
I
tool.
need to change that blade. That is rusty.
That I was gonna say.
Gross.
That thing looks.
I
That
need to
thing
do.
looks rough.
I've been really sweaty lately here in East Tennessee, so
Well,
we
this
play a lot
is
of foosball, and so we get pretty hot around here. So,
you compete. Whoever wins the foosball gets to pick the naming scheme for the next product, kind of thing.
ooh, that's a good idea. We actually have a 3D printed banana trophy. That's
Oh,
actually who
that's
gets the.
awesome.
That's what we compete for every day. I currently do not have the trophy. It's sad though.
Ah. Well, then you got, I was gonna say you gotta fix that. But there is something like going back to like this is where you see like the everyday use, those
Hmm.
pictures where someone picks it and like the scales of the knife have wearing on them, then like there's scuffs and marks over it. Like those tell like a really good story. Like I have a Leatherman squirt that I carry.
Oh, no,
And
I've almost bought a squirt so many times. Yeah.
dude, and I've modified it so like I use it in an office environment when I'm in, and so like I took the blade. This looks terrible. I like literally went to home and I ground the tip so it's like just a flat thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's mostly because it's like I'm gonna be opening like box. They're like, hey Dan, we need more printer paper, and it's like, okay, slice it open. It doesn't look intimidating, but like
Hmm.
when it's sitting jangling around your pocket, like the two things are obviously gonna wear, and it
Yeah. No, see, I don't like them to rub together. Chad likes that. He always has his knife and his pen right next to one another, and it's like
oh
his gets all jacked up, and I'm like, I like everything has its spot, right?
right.
Like,
You
so I'm actually a lefty, and I carry my uh, knife in my right pocket
oh
because my pen goes in my left pocket. So
Okay.
yeah,
So for me, it's like my knife is in my left, and then my pen in the notebook cover is in my right,
nice.
because I figure I'm pulling my it depends kind of thing. Now, I granted I do sift around because like I try and carry my phone in the opposite pocket of my keys because I've scratched it with the keys
Yeah.
sometimes, so it like rotates. And then also too, I have at least one pair of jeans where like the outline of like my phone and my wallet, like my notebook cover, are in the jeans. So whether I'm
Hmm.
wearing them or
Well, but see, I'm also into the selvage denim world. Like I like old school
see.
selvage jeans, and so like that's cool. Like that's a cool. That's like a
There,
badge of honor. Yeah.
there's like the gear stays clean, the jeans can be worn kind of thing.
The jeans
Okay.
get fades, man. You got to have like the pair I have on are like just now starting to fade. I've been wearing them all summer, and I'm pretty excited about it. Anyway, that's another
Good. Yeah, I was gonna say
rabbit hole for me.
there is something too. Like I don't want to buy. I buy my jeans brand new, but I like when they get the distressed look because
Oh yeah, but I
I've
want to
worn
earn it.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to do it. Yep,
I don't
100%.
want to have any stolen valor jeans. I
Ooh,
want them to be like legit, like I wore them out kind of thing.
correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So think now I think you answered this, and I think if I can make this guess correctly, I had the question about if you're a more perfectionist or get it out the door kind of person.
I'll
Um,
let you guess.
I'm gonna make the guess that you are more like carpe diem, let's get it going kind of
100%.
thing. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I
Yeah.
have this in the question. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this
Yeah.
already.
Like I am definitely in like the camp of like don't beat it to death. I always say good is better than great, or what is it? Don't let great get in the way of done. So
Yeah.
like just
Yep.
if it's 99% of the way there, let's just go. Like we can spend another 4 weeks on the 1% and no one will notice. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's like if it's like a big glaring issue, like if there's like an actual thing that needs to be addressed, that's a different conversation. But
Yeah.
uh but yeah, I'm definitely like I always say nothing left to do it but to do it. And so like just get the thing done, man. Let's just get it out the door. So
Yep.
yeah.
That's for me. I have to really like there's a lot of times where I'm like, I can't just like jump in and do sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you're like, I'm just gotta jump in. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my wife's like, you don't need to do it just yet. I'm like, okay, you're
Oh,
right. You're
timing is important also, but yeah,
timing, yes.
I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a let's get it done type person. So
Right.
yeah.
Which, yeah, I can relate to that 100%. So now we kind of transferring into now I would say all of this has been fun so far, but this is the fun EDC and design segment.
Ooh, okay, all right. Let's
What
buckle up.
is the weirdest slash funniest way you've seen one of the tools designed used in real life?
Ooh, oh, I got a good one. So I wouldn't say it was used like this, but this is a great story with one.
Oh, I'm
So
ready.
we get a DM from a guy on Instagram. This is a good 4 years ago, I think.
Hmm.
And there's a photo back really a long time ago on our Instagram of this.
Oh,
And this guy DM'd us and was like, "Hey, I don't really have an issue. I wanted to tell you guys something." And basically, him and his friend were out like bird hunting, and he had let's see if you can in his shirt pocket like this. He
okay.
had I think it was a Copper Pocket Pro, and his friend's gun misfired, and right in front of his left chest, the Pocket Pro took the bullet. Yeah, literally, the Pocket Pro saved his life. It would have shot him in the heart. Isn't that wild? Yeah. So,
I
like, I was like, this is ridiculous. And so I like me like screenshot it and send it to the guys. I'm like, look at this. This is insane. Yeah. And so we asked him, we're like, hey, how about the? Would you be willing and to send us the pin and your shirt because his shirt had a bullet hole in it, and so he sent it in to us, and Chad like took some really cool pictures with it and like kind of told the story. So we posted it on our Instagram. This is
Oh
years
my
ago,
goodness.
and yeah, if you go real far back, like 4 years, it should be on there. And
So,
but we ended up sending him his pin back. I think with like
mhm.
I think we even framed it for him or something like that. And then send him a new
Wow.
pin also. Like we're like we're gonna send you another one. This is amazing. Like so, really cool story.
Okay, so first off, on that note, like, why is that not in the product description for the pen then? Like, why
It's a
didn't it
life-saving pen.
life-saving
The
pen?
only pen that will keep you from your negligent friends.
You're a bad friend. This will save you from bad friends.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
That's it. First, that's incredible. I don't even know
Isn't
what to
that
say that.
nuts? Yeah.
Like, that's nuts. Like that. That's not the. Actually, I didn't really have like an expectation of what this answer would be, but like that's like quite possibly could be the best answer I would have gotten. But
Awesome. Glad I could help. Glad
oh
I could help.
man. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So. Wow, I was gonna say that the other one I was gonna ask it, has a customer story ever changed how you thought about one of the products? But I'm pretty sure that that story did.
On
Um,
yeah, a lot. No, I wouldn't. No, there's nothing like glaring like that. Like it's like
right.
blowing me away all the time. People are like, "Hey, have you
Hmm.
tried using this?" Actually, here's a good story. So our
Cool.
R2EDC, like I was talking about earlier, with
Hmm.
the adjustable collet,
Yeah.
a guy DM'd us, or I think it was on Instagram, and was like, "Hey, I'm curious about this pen. Like, but can it also work with a mechanical pencil insert?" And so like I'm literally like DMing him back. I'm like, "Hey,
Oh,
no, sorry, man, it does." And I was like, "Let me go try it." I was like, I've never thought to
right.
try it. And so like I went and grabbed our mechanical bolt action pencil, pulled the insert out of it's a Schmidt DSM 2006, in case you're curious.
Ooh.
And and so I popped it in there and it like works incredibly well. Like and like the way the back telescopes, you literally can like go doot doot and it'll advance the lead. You like use it to push it works great.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And so I messaged him back and I was like, "Yes, actually. I just tried it because
You're like,
I just assumed it couldn't." And so it's kind of one of those like, what do you get for assuming? And so I yeah, tried it. Works awesome. So I've been meaning to make a short on that for about 3 years and I still haven't done it.
we totally
So
should. Like, when
thanks
we're
for
done
reminding me.
here,
Yeah, I really
there you
should. That
go.
should be a next short I make.
I
So
mean, that's awesome too. Again, multi-use, like where something you keep discovering things about a product. That's like evergreen in a big sense there too. But
oh
like
for sure.
that's super awesome. So now, with the company, finding new uses. If someone's like, I come up to you, I'm like, hey, man, I need you to design something totally outside of EDC, no limits. What would it be?
Ooh, for me?
Yes, like
Oh
you have
gosh.
blank check, whatever you want to design. It just has to be, it's got to be outside EDC.
God, that to see it just depends on the rabbit hole I'm in at the moment because I would probably just go hard into that. Uh oh man, I don't know. It would probably be like a vintage race car or something for me right now. Like take like an old, like I've been doing
Right.
a lot of maintenance on my cars lately. It's kind of that time of year for me. But
Hmm.
early
Hmm.
fall, I start doing my annual services on the old cars,
Oh
and so I'm
yeah.
like kind of real into parts and stuff. So, uh, yeah, it'd probably be some sort of like vintage race car. I would like be like retro modding uh, an old 911 or something.
Well, it's funny too, and actually, this is cool. Speaking of with race cars, so I live like 20, 30 minutes from Watkins Glen
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Raceway. It's like
Uh-huh.
a lot of times when I'm working and I'm driving up certain directions, I'll pass the raceway. So I was thinking about it because you guys name is it you name your machinery after race car drivers?
Yeah, it's
Is it?
after NASCAR drivers.
So, if you guys ever are like, hey, we want to see NASCAR, you
Well,
come
we
up
have
this way.
Bristol. Yeah, Bristol's like
Hmm.
so where I'm from Johnson City area, which is it's right next to Bristol,
Hmm.
and yeah, so we literally were just talking about the Bristol Motor Speedway like 2 hours ago.
Hmm.
So yeah, grew up going. I've probably been to 3 races there I think in my life, and then there's a drag strip there too. But
Hmm.
so me
That
and my
is
dad
actually.
would go to those.
So I've never actually watched NASCAR. I want to. It's on my list of like I really need to watch it. And I've had people that are like, just watch it on TV because if you're watching it in person, you only see like a chunk of it. And so like
That's
being
true.
someone has seen races in person versus maybe watch it on TV, what would you say? Like if I'm like, hey, which is the best? How should I watch this?
We'll see NASCAR. So I'm not a NASCAR fan.
Ah,
But the NASCAR is different because it's all one big bowl, right? Watkins Glen's a
right.
road course, right? Isn't that a
Yes,
road? Yeah,
I
so that's
believe it is.
different.
Yeah.
That one's a little different. But the average, just oval track, it's like you can see the
Mhm.
whole thing no matter where you sit.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm actually a big Formula One fan, and so me and my son watch
Oh.
every Formula One race. And but yeah, I've never been to one of those. My
Hmm.
plan is actually to take him to the one in Texas next year, hopefully. And
Oh.
it's kind of a big trip we're going to plan together because he's 7, so
Mhm.
he'll be 8 by then. And it's like, okay, all
Ooh,
right, it's time for a big boy trip. And
that's awesome.
yeah, and so that one's going to be different because there's going to be so many spots in the track you can't see because of the
Okay,
just
yeah,
have a
yeah.
vantage point, right? So it's like I was actually just at a racetrack last week doing a track experience thing with my uncle,
Hmm.
and uh, yeah, and it's like you could see the cars for like I don't know a tenth of the track maybe. It's big just because your vantage point.
Hmm.
So
I was gonna
yeah, so
say
it would be different.
now with flying, and I was gonna say, and imagine with F1 or Formula One, that's significantly faster than NASCAR. If I'm
Top
correct.
speed wise is about the same.
Oh,
So
okay.
about
So
around
you're
around
not.
200. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah. This I've known people that were also into Formula. I've known kind of like both groups of it. I've not like growing up when it came to things that like I was into. It was like hunting and fishing because we lived in the Poconos area of Pennsylvania, so like
Oh,
middle of
cool.
nowhere.
Nice.
What are we gonna do? It's hunting, and I was homeschooled, so my
Yep.
dad's like, "You're getting up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, and we're gonna go sit in
We're
a deer
going dove
stand."
hunting, son. Woo.
Yep. And my dad's like, then like, stop moving. I'm like, I can't. He's like, well, read a book or something. So like, I was the old school, like,
Knowledge.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take my Bible and it's like I was joke like I was reading my Bible when I shot my first deer. I was like just I was somewhere in John, I think it was. And they're like
Nice.
reading there and all of a sudden I hear like this sound and there's this deer. I'm like, oh son of a gun. And I shot it and it
This
disappeared
is
over
my
the
moment.
ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this moment disappeared. I'm like, oh, I missed. And I saw like a sapling like wave and my dad like comes huffing out of the woods. He's like, what happened? I'm like, well, I shot it and it ran, but I don't know. So we like walk over and I'm like, I don't see it. And he's like, oh man. He's like, no, like there, look there. And there it is, like right by the bottom of that tree. I was like, oh, I did get it. He's like, yeah, now we got it. Now you can walk up a mile of hill with it because
This
I
thing
have
as
it.
big as you are, can you carry it back to the car, please? Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, because my dad has that emphysema and stuff like that. He's like, I'm
Mm.
not dragging that. That's on you. I'm like,
Oh
okay.
man, that's
But it was
intense.
well worth it, the experience kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. So, kind of think about um, before we get to our closing questions, I have some of those listener questions,
Oh yeah.
um,
I'm really curious about these.
which I copied and pasted word for word. So I would
Okay,
be
give it to me.
all right. So the first one is quote unquote says, Bro, please ask him why they won't make more watches with numbers on the face.
Ooh, like numbers on the dial.
I'm assuming like,
Yeah, instead of the classic hour marker. So here's this is
mhm,
our GMT. But I don't know if you can.
which looks amazing,
Too,
by the way.
thank you. Yeah, this one was a passion project for sure.
It looks
I, I
amazing.
I had an obsession with polished ceramic black bezels. And
Ooh,
so we're like, let's make something like, can it have a black bezel? Yeah.
right
Uh,
down the rabbit hole.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I like almost bought like 6 different Seikos and then we decided to make this. I'm like, all right, don't buy one. Don't buy one. We're gonna make one. And that's a good question. I don't know. We like I said, we like really simplistic design. And
Hmm.
so we want things that are like very utilitarian in nature, but not like overproduced, over designed, I guess.
Right.
And so I don't, yeah, I mean, I could see us doing like a 369 dial or something like that at some point. But as far as like big chunky numbers on everything, I don't know that we'll do that to be
Mm,
honest.
that
So it
makes
just doesn't
sense.
feel like us. So
Makes sense. I was like, okay.
mm-hmm.
So second question we have is the baseline series has been a winner. Are there
Mm-hmm.
plans for expanding that into the future?
Correct. Yes. Yes. So the baseline, the funny thing enough about the baseline series, that is kind of like that original pocket knife. That was like a slow
Right.
burn project for us.
Oh, okay.
And so, well, mainly because it's an interesting approach for us for a couple different reasons. And so, we like adaptability. We like things that can adjust to what you want. And so we have like
Hmm.
the different pins like the click EDC and the bolt action that can telescope in length, and they have the adjustable
Right.
collet on the outside. And so kind of stripping back features to make a more simple version of what we were
Hmm.
already making. It like took us a long time to kind of stomach that, I guess. And so we're like, all right,
Okay.
I think it's going to be a huge win that we can offer it at a killer price point, which is a big pro for us. We wanted like that item that like if somebody had never had a nice titanium pin or even like a
Hmm.
quality pin, like so for
Right.
most people that they're at $65 and those are that's going to be the most expensive pin most people have ever bought.
Hmm.
Where our other stuff's going to start at like 75 to 80 and then goes up to 100, 120. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and so those have been just phenomenal. Like they're really well received. It's actually our
Mhm.
best selling pin of the year is the bolt action.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of expected. It's
Mhm.
at the price point it's at, and we didn't skimp on quality. So it's like that's one reason we named it the baseline. It's like we feel like if you're going to buy a premium writing instrument or premium pin,
Mhm.
this is the baseline for what a premium pin is. Like it should never be
Yeah.
worse than this, right? And so like
I
that's
would
kind of where the
100%.
wording came from. We almost called it the Gateway series, and so like we jokingly called it we didn't want to like imply that like oh it's like a gateway drug like you're gonna buy one you're gonna buy a million like no we want like there's one like
Mhm.
if you're only gonna ever have one good pen like this could be it and so
Right.
yeah so there's kind of like I felt like if we called it the gateway, I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't sit just right, I guess. So
Mhm.
we internally called it that for a couple years, actually. So, but yes, to answer that question, yes, we are going to expand that line a little bit more. Um, Nothing is in the works at the moment. We do have some plans though, and so we don't have any kind of prototyping in the works. But right
Okay.
now, we're kind of talking about like how do we maybe like one SKU a year, like maybe bring out like one new model every year. This year, we actually
Oh,
technically
okay.
did two already because we did the baseline capped,
Mhm. Oh
which
yeah.
that product kind of came to life because my wife bought these really cheap capped pins that were really tiny for my
Oh.
daughter
Mhm.
and I started fidgeting with it, and I just an hour later I was just sitting there staring at it. Still, I was literally like sitting
You're
in
like,
like the chair in our like den. I was like, I like this, yeah. And so yeah, I brought it to the office and was like, all right, guys, I think there's legs to this. Like, I think this would work for like a baseline pin. And so yeah, so anyway, the baseline cap was kind of birthed out of this like
mhm.
50-cent pin my 5-year-old had. Uh, just made really really well and but yeah and then we did the baseline of course the field watch
Mhm.
so kind of our baseline watch it's still full titanium sapphire crystal we went with the mecha quartz movement which is super cool so it's like a
Mhm.
sweeping hands quartz really really neat
Oh,
yeah and we put like this
that's
battery hatch
awesome.
on the back that like you can literally open with like a nickel so it's
Which
like
is
if you have to
awesome.
change the battery you don't have to have any special tools so that was like a big thing like if we're going to do battery it needs to be easy so
Mhm.
so I think yeah, I think it was Joe's idea. Joe crushed that. So, but yeah, something we definitely want to kind of go heavier into. I will say probably at some point a click. I would think
Oh.
that's kind of the natural next one. I think a bolt action, a click. Those are kind of the main
Mhm.
two most popular. I'm a click guy personally. I really love click pens. So
I mean,
maybe this is the mini
so
click.
I've been a click pen person. I've had bolt action pens. I have finally gotten to, and again, I think it's because the Sancho has really gotten to me. I love the whole twist thing.
Oh yeah.
There's something like twist it
Mhm.
like
Now I
right.
love the Pocket Pro, which that's based off the Pocket Pro. So
Well,
that's
it's
kind of
like
an
it's just
adapted
kind of
Pocket Pro. Yeah, a little
stretched
longer.
out.
Yeah, yeah. And that one we had to actually do the internals a little different on the grip because of the
I was
way
just say, gotta hold this
the
up. So,
yeah that thing right there. And
hmm
so that kind of has that refill has that built-in end cone right there, that kind of tan piece.
hmm
And so that was kind of the hang up why that refill doesn't work in all of our other pens. So I even like before we committed to doing this, I like took a razor blade and was like shaving them down, and I'm like on my desk like trying to make that refill work for Ben, and I couldn't get it to work no matter what I did. It was like
Well,
every time I'd shave it, it wouldn't work. We're like, all right, let's figure something out. And but yeah, so that the tip of that is way larger than
mhm.
like the Pocket Pro. So even minus just taking the collet out, the actual
Okay,
tip is larger to accommodate that little insert.
that
But then
makes
we put
sense.
that little holder. So if you take the grip off,
You know,
there's
Sam.
that metal holder, and that's
Yep.
actually just friction fit in. You can pull that whole thing out. It's just
Yeah,
got
I
the
was fiddling
release.
with
Yeah.
it. I was
So
like,
that
okay.
thing keeps that really long refill that's really flimsy. It's a really like that if you can
Oh,
kind
it's
of
just
just
like,
bend those refills.
oh yeah.
So yeah, to add some more rigidity to it, so it wouldn't flex inside the tube, we added that extension tube.
Mhm.
So that was actually probably a second sample run. We added that.
Mhm.
So we wanted some way to make it a little more rigid.
Which is also too, this was the one of those things where this made me go down the rabbit hole of like the big crystal, like why would you like this? And there I am.
Over a billion sold.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
went and watched like I was watching like YouTube documentaries of pen. Like, what am I doing? It's like I need to be asleep. Why am I sitting here watching this hour-long
That was
documentary
me
on
last
pen?
night. I was doing that laying in bed. I'm like, go to bed. Like,
Yeah, you're like, why am I? And normally I try to be good, like leave my phone in another room or something. But like, and when I do, when it's here in my room, in the bedroom, no, forget it.
mhm.
I'm gonna waste the time on it. But
Yep.
so one more question from
Oh yeah, yeah.
the listeners is when is the first collab with NAFs coming? I'd love an overlook with swappable scales. So obviously, like first collab with Navs, like
Ooh. Well, so yeah, so the answer is yes, we've
we've
done our
already done
first
it.
collab.
You've already done it, yeah.
As far as a knife goes, that's a great question actually. Uh I don't know. I'm
You
sure. I
know,
mean, we love those guys, like some of our best friends in the industry. Um
you
I don't know,
know.
that's a good question.
No, I'm not, not necessarily, swappable scales, or maybe you guys
Ooh,
could
instead
make
of the Overlook, it's
custom
the Overlander.
the overland. You guys could do like they
Oh, but
had
TJ
the,
already makes the Overland Sport, which another plug for TJ. I just
oh
love
yeah,
TJ. He's a great dude. The Overland
dude.
Sport by TJ Schwartz is phenomenal. So
Well, I was gonna say I love the looks of that. Well, I mean, if you call it the Overlander, make it
Overlander, yeah, yeah.
an homage to TJ Schwartz. Collab with Naps. You could do like a
The
three-way
Overlook.
collab.
Ooh. And he's in Idaho, Ben's in Utah. They're like right
Mhm.
next to each other. But TJ
I
once
mean,
told me that people in Idaho make potatoes and potato accessories, which is knives. So, because I was like, that's hilarious. Like,
I mean,
I
that seems fair. I mean, I
got to
do.
text him later and tell him I gave him a bunch of shout outs in a
Yeah, have
podcast.
them tune in. I'm I'm not like saying I would. I'm going to be opposed to someone like TJ Sports tuning in and watching the videos. He might be one of my
Oh man,
like five viewers kind of thing.
hey, he might be. He
I
might be.
might be. I know my
He's a
mom's at
great guy.
least. I know my mom's at least one. So shout out to
See,
mom. Shout
I
out to you, mom,
I
for
always
being.
joke that our vlogs get like I always say like yeah they get like 200 views and eight of them are my mom. So it's like
Just puts on repeat. Oh, there's
yeah,
my
I
son.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Actually, one day I posted a video when we were announcing the signal because there's
oh yeah.
Signal Mountain in downtown Chattanooga. So that's
Mm,
so the lookout is Lookout Mountain. The signal is Signal Mountain, and
okay.
I was riding my motorcycle up the mountain. I kind of filmed a little bit of it, and I bet the video been up 10 minutes. And my mom texted me. She goes, "You ride that motorcycle too fast." I was like, "Mom, I was doing 40." Like
That sounds like a
up a mountain. I was doing 40 up a hill. Like it was not, I was not going fast.
that sounds like a typical mom though. Doesn't
Uh-huh.
matter how
Love
old
her.
we get, our
Hmm.
mom's gonna be like. I
Yep. And
mean,
I got a good one. She's a good
mhm.
one.
My
So,
mom's good. I always think about grandma when it comes to parenting. Like my grandma, literally the day she passed, we didn't know she was going to pass, but she wasn't doing super well. We went to visit, and my dad went in with not wearing a coat. And my grandmother is like this frail little old lady yelling at my dad for Richard, why didn't you wear your coat? And then she passed like so like it was like later
always
that
taking care of
night.
somebody. Yep.
She's always doing it. And she was literally the person she would like typewriter, write me
Hmm.
letters and tell me when I was in Bible college, she's like, I'm praying for you every day. And I knew she would. She was. Like she was that
Well,
type of
but it's also here and it's good. It's good to
yeah.
hear, right?
It's
It's
like
like, yo,
just the yeah, mom's dad knowing they care.
yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. It's big.
Yes. So think about so as we're kind of like closing out, think about the legacy. Kind of like legacy looking forward for you guys, like yeah, you and Big Idea, like as
Hmm.
a whole. How do you think, or what do you hope people will feel when they use the Big Idea design products years from now?
Great question. That's a really good question. Uh, I immediately think like, like I said, I get like really like sentimentally attached to things, especially if it was a gift. Like I get
Right.
really attached to like I always say like the best gifts are the ones you can use every day. So every
Yeah.
day, like kind of it's kind of a cool marketing thing, but I also like I truly believe that. Like I
Hmm.
want to give a gift that I know like that person's going to use day in and day out. Like they're going to see it and they're going to use it. Um and but yeah, I think it's like things you get to build a story with.
Right.
I've got a pin on my desk
Hmm.
that was the pin that Chad and Joe gave me when I kind of was interviewed. Like I said, it wasn't really a real interview. It was
It
like,
was
a,
kind of
hey,
like the
when can you start? Yeah, so,
that's
yeah,
that sounds
yeah.
that's a great interview.
No, it was awesome. Yeah, I think we had barbecue anyway, and so they gave me that pin at like that day, like we sat down for lunch, and he was like, "Oh, hey, we brought you this," and handed me the pin. I still have the exact same one. I
Hmm.
actually had it Cerakoted green for a sample because I really like green Cerakote,
Right.
and I was like, I'm gonna have my pin be the sample, and so like even more special. So it was like it was
Hmm.
literally the first ever pin we Cerakoted, first time,
Wow.
and it was my first Big Eye pin, and so that one's like super special to me. And so I don't carry it. I kind of go through spurts where I'll carry it, but I'm afraid to lose it. I don't want to lose that one.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, and so but yeah, I like things that like you can look back and like Chad will always talks about how he has this Pocket Pro. It's actually one of the samples from the like development of the Pocket Pro.
Wow.
That's a black one that he's carried for years, but he
Hmm.
calls it his daughter's pen because he adopted his daughter and signed all the paperwork with that pen.
Oh, that's
And so he's
awesome.
yeah, so it's like there's like these elements of like things throughout our life that like, I'm more attached to this pin because I did this with it, or it
Hmm.
reminds me of that time that me and my family did this.
Right.
Or yeah, so I love hearing that kind of stuff. Like a guy DM'd us the other day and was like, "Hey, I just got your GMT. I wore it at my wedding." I'm like, "That's so cool!" I was probably like way more excited than I probably should have been to hear that. Like, yeah,
Oh,
I was like,
I'm
"That's awesome!" Like you used like our product was like a part of like the biggest day of your life. Like
right.
so yeah, I was like, that's so cool. Like,
Well,
so yeah, so I think that's for me, like the people will be able to sit back and think about the times and the
mhm.
big milestones that were in their life because they have this thing that's been with them forever. And so like that's what gets me excited. Like that's that kind of gets me pumped about new stuff. So,
Well, and two, like that doesn't happen. We're talking about phones. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, I'm not going to be
mhm,
emotionally connected to my phone because I'm going to
correct.
get a new one every so often.
Yep.
But like the knife you carry, the pen, like signing papers for that. Like those
Mm-hmm.
are the things that like they live. Or like your car, where like
Mm-hmm.
your car, like my first new car was a Cobalt. That's the car I went on my honeymoon with. Brought my daughter to home from the hospital with. Like the memories, and so like I think that's an awesome thing to be excited about
Yeah.
because of these things are like a physical token of like a memories attached and
Mm-hmm.
reminds you kind of thing.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's
So
like if you think about like when you do get a new phone, like what's
mhm,
the first thing you check to make sure transferred is all your photos.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
your
like that.
photos.
It's like I have so many pictures of my kids on there that's the
Hmm.
only place they are, which is stupid. Now that I'm saying out loud, I need to get them off that phone.
You probably should
Yeah,
get to
I
work on
probably
backing
should.
those up,
Yes,
man.
I should.
Like,
All right. To do list. Where yeah,
be like,
yeah,
I'll email
yeah.
you in like 2 days. I'll be like, hey
Correct.
man, did you do that photo
You
thing?
back up your photos. Yeah, it's like, dang, no, I didn't. And yeah, so it's like it's the sentimental things. It's like those
Mhm.
things that are have earmarks on our life is kind of the big thing for me. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So, next one. So, if you could send a short voice memo to your younger self, what would you say?
Oh man, I'm gonna cry. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you got tissues
Yeah.
out of camera sight that I
That's
don't see, but if you got
bandanas,
like,
man. We're bandana men.
oh
That's
yeah,
why.
it's
It's
true.
because we like a good cry. Actually, I'm not a crier. I wish I was, but
It
uh,
depends. Certain
yeah.
songs, and
Uh,
yeah.
well, my daughter can make me cry. That's about it. So,
Mm,
man, I don't know. It'd probably be along the lines of like, just be yourself, like,
right.
which I feel like I've done. Like, and just personally, like I've never been one to shy away of, you know, not being me in front of somebody for the sake of what they think of me or whatever. And so,
Hmm.
uh, yeah, it's like be yourself and take opportunities. Like if an
Hmm.
opportunity presents itself, go for it. Like
Right.
if it sounds like a good idea, it's probably a reason why. And so, which I feel like that's kind of my story a little bit too. It's just like
Hmm.
throughout my life, like I didn't go to college and just kind of jumped into the workforce,
Right.
started selling stuff, did really well, got into management, started running sales teams of like 30 people that were in their 60s as a 20-year-old. And
Wow.
yeah, and so like, yeah, just working hard, just work hard, take opportunities, be yourself.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think
you'll be fine.
that's solid
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes like the best learning experiences are not what you were prepared to do, too.
No. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. And
okay,
then, yeah.
yeah.
And it's going to teach you something you never thought you'd know.
Hmm.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
better to just yeah. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Hopefully,
like professionally, like I always jokingly and non jokingly tell people like the best job you can get is to find something that you would do for free and find somebody to pay it for it. Like,
yeah.
what do you love that you'll do it for free? Like, because
Hmm.
that's where you need to find a career.
Hmm.
So whether that's, gosh, I like picking up litter actually, to be honest. I like
Yeah.
making things look nicer than they should. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I should be a litter picker. I don't know. Maybe I should do that.
Yeah. Side gig.
Yeah,
It's a little
exactly.
bit of a side
That's
hustle
my weekend hustle. Yeah.
or
So,
team building exercise for
hmm
the company.
yeah. Oh, and you said this is a little, we're into tangents here, but like the
Best part.
yeah, and so like you said the word hustle, but like there's like that whole like hustle culture, right?
Right.
Like you don't need the new car, you don't need the bigger house. Like enjoy your life. Like
Hmm.
yeah, it's like the keeping up with the Joneses is a losing game, and so
Mm,
it's like what's the point of that?
yeah.
Just enjoy yourself. Yeah, if you're working 1,000,000% of the time, you're never going to enjoy the life that you've built, right? So enjoy yourself. Don't
Yeah.
take yourself too seriously and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I'm on board with that,
Yeah.
especially too, like you got kids. I've got
Mm-hmm.
a daughter. You can't if you're always working, like you're gonna miss those slices of
Mm-hmm.
life with them.
100%.
And they're gonna
Yeah.
remember that. Like
Yeah.
they're not gonna be like, oh yeah, dad wasn't here because he was making money. They'd be like, dad missed my game.
Like, yeah, dad had a house. We had a house living with this guy. I didn't know. Yeah, I never got to see him. So
Yeah.
we have very, very few company policies. And
Hmm.
one of them is no deadbeat dads are allowed to work here. And
Hmm.
so you like go to your kids thing. So like if you
Yeah.
have like, yeah, our guys know like if there's an event at the school and it's during the workday, go for it. That's fine. You don't
Hmm.
even have to ask. Just tell us you're leaving. So yeah. So
That's
that's a big thing for us. It's like, we only get one shot at this. And so go do the important thing. This can wait.
yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely. So my last kind of, last question before we close it out is what advice would you give to someone with a sketch on a napkin who doesn't know where to start?
Oh, God, that is a good question. I don't that's a hard one for me because I wasn't actually part of the earliest days of that for
Right. I was gonna
us.
say you came in a little
So
bit later.
yeah, and just naturally I'm more of an implementer than I am a creative,
Hmm.
actually. And so like I mean I'm creative, I guess, but I'm more of like the, oh, that's a good idea, let me run that out, like,
Hmm.
versus the guy that's coming up with the I'm actually more the one that's going to kill your idea early
Right.
before it's had its time to flush.
I'm
Anyway,
going to
I had to
destroy
learn.
it.
Yeah, I'm very logical, and so I had to learn that about myself years ago. And but yeah, I don't know. Be around people smarter than you. Ask questions. Never be afraid to ask a question. Uh, yeah,
Never
like,
hurts to ask.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Hmm.
ask the question. The worst thing that can happen if you ask someone a question is that you are back where you started. You just
Hmm.
didn't progress, but you
Right.
could have progressed. And so it's like, if our worst case scenario is this moment right now, do it. Go for it.
Why
Yeah, you
not?
never know. Yeah. Don't beat it to death. Don't overthink it and just do it.
That's great advice. I'll have to remember that my own because I have a little thing that I
I'm preaching to the choir here. So yeah, it's like
well, sometimes we gotta
yeah.
really like say it out. Someone asks us and you're like saying the same thing. It's like I've heard a lot of times pastors where they're like speaking and they're like, what I'm telling you is hitting me just as hard kind of thing. It's
Oh, my
like,
pastor does that all the time. He's like, okay, he'll be like, I pulled a curveball. Actually, today's my pastor's birthday. Happy birthday, John.
oh,
Yeah, he actually got a baseline field watch for his birthday from the church staff. Pretty fun. So hey,
look
look,
at that.
gear tied in. Look at, and he uses an R2 EDC every day. Uh,
If he ends sermons on time, then we'll see he's paying attention to the
Ooh,
watch.
now I
That's
used to be the guy that would keep him on time. We have a timer on him now on the screen in the back, so got to stay. You got
I
to stay
like,
on time. But yeah, he all the time he's like, "Listen, I was going to talk about this Sunday. This was on the schedule."
yeah.
He's like, "This is our study we're doing, but today we're gonna pull off because I need to hear this. So somebody else needs to too. Like
Hmm.
I needed to learn this week, so we're gonna go through it together, kind of thing." So
Right.
yeah, so
Well,
that's a big part of that's humility, right? So
mhm. Like
yeah.
be humble, be willing to accept like that you're flawed. You're a flawed
Oh yeah.
individual and then
Mm-hmm.
roll with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a reason, what we're learning about in church and everything with Bible, it's like we're flawed people kind of thing.
Oh,
Um,
100%, 100%.
but it's
Yeah, and
also
like,
okay.
oh, yeah. So Danny, our photographer, he's like, "How do you like just spit out stuff off the cuff? Like, especially like I have a a pretty quick wit when it comes to comedy, and it's all reactionary. You tell me to tell a joke and I freeze up. But if it's like
Oh yeah,
we're
I hear
bantering,
that.
like I'm gonna riff on something the whole time." He's like,
That's the way
"Wow."
to
He's
go.
like, I said, "You're hearing the things the same time I'm hearing them. Like it just comes out. I don't
Just
even think about it." I said, "And the beauty is apologies exist. You can always say I'm sorry for what I just said. That was wrong."
probably shouldn't. I'm sorry I said that.
Ooh,
Probably shouldn't have.
that wasn't good. I shouldn't have said that out loud. So I'm
Uh,
really sorry to hear. Sorry about that.
It's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yes.
and acknowledge quickly that you've made a mistake before the other
Uh,
person can say something. You do it. Oh, hey, by the way,
See, I have the
should
blessing.
sorry about that. Shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I have the blessing that I don't always get that, but I have a wonderful wife who is the person that will like say, pull me aside later, and she's like, "Hey, probably shouldn't have said that." I'm like, "Oh shoot,
Oh,
I'm
my wife will
sorry."
do that too. She's the
Yeah,
same. Yep.
and
Hmm.
then also too, then it's on you and me where we have to humility to, and I'm not always good with this, where we have to then be like, "Oh yeah, you're right," and not be defensive, be like, "No, I think I should have said it." No,
Hmm.
don't do that.
Yep.
But
100%.
that's awesome. Well, hey, as we're kind of wrapping up, man. Where's the best place for people to connect with you and to kind of follow along with big idea design and see what they're working on next?
Yeah. Our biggest biggest platforms, I guess, would be, of course, Instagram, YouTube. We,
Hmm.
growing YouTube community over there. Like you said earlier, we do weekly vlogs. So if you want to
Yeah.
know kind of what we're doing behind the scenes or product launches or whatever, I'm going to be talking about those every week. So every Friday, I post one of those. We actually just
Mhm.
posted our 100th vlog, which is pretty cool. So that's
Whoa.
kind of I didn't even notice it. I actually missed it by one. So this week will be 102. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and we're doing, I don't know when this is going live, but I'm doing a giveaway in that video. Um,
So the Substack version is going to go, it'll probably pretty much as soon as I edit, like put in my intro and like closing videos, it'll go live today sometime. The
oh, sweet.
YouTube will go live next week. So if you're watching this on Substack, it's
Yeah,
September
check out our
18th.
vlog tomorrow on the 19th. I have not edited it yet. I've shot it, but I have not edited it.
Oh,
We're doing a giveaway. I'm giving away to three people $100 worth of Big Eye stuff. So you get to pick whatever you want. You get $100.
well, I will
So
be checking that out
so
because I know
three
it's,
people, and all you gotta do is like subscribe and comment. That's all you gotta do. Super easy.
oh,
Uh, yeah,
no more, no lurkers in that one.
yeah. We
You gotta
just
like participate.
I know I just use like a random comment picker website,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it makes my life easy. So
Hmm.
yeah, and so yeah, so YouTube, if you want to kind of know more about the products we're doing and then the behind the scenes stuff, and then Instagram, of course, we're really active on there. I try to post every day,
Hmm.
and if you need reach me directly, just DM the Big Eye. It's just Big Eye Design, just the letter I.
Hmm.
Uh, and that'll be me on the back end of Instagram. And then we have a closed Facebook group or private Facebook group, just Big Idea Design. And then there's a subreddit that I'm active in both of those.
Hmm.
And so yeah, so we got kind of communities all over the place. So and of course, just bigeyedesign.com is our website.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to. I was gonna say I have to join the Facebook group now because I'm not on that, and
Ooh, it's a good one.
I need to jump on it. I This is the best part about the Facebook groups. Like I'm seeing it in the NAFs. Like I love the community in there. It's just
Hmm.
so cool. I actually literally watched the post office guy drive past, and there's a package now waiting me. There's a guy in the Moon Crew who is doing like these fidget things called the Overland.
Oh, cool.
And that's probably in my mailbox. So when I leave this and
You're
waiting
like,
for my daughter, I'll be like opening that to play with
you got
that.
something to play with while you're editing, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Um, but like that's the thing, and I'm hoping, I'm sure it'll be the same way. Just the EDC community, dude, it's just like
Oh, it's
super
great,
awesome.
man. They're great. If you've never been to a Blade show, you need to go to a Blade show. It's like we all just get to hang out together and talk
So
about gear.
that's on my list eventually. So two things: I've never been on a plane. I've only recently
Oh, wow.
finally agreed to my wife that I was willing to fly somewhere. So I got to fly somewhere where first with her before I fly for my
That
own
checks out.
accord.
Checks out.
But Blade Show is like right up there because I want to go, and especially now, like it's interesting getting some like actually getting to talk to people in the industry, and like wow, these are like people that I've like been watching, and like this is super cool. And then now there's an emotional thing where it's like I can look at my pen, I'm gonna think of my pen and I'm gonna think of Ben Peterson and Naps
Hmm.
and you guys as well because of the collab and also connections here talking with Ben. Like that's awesome right there.
Yeah.
It's super
Yep.
big. So it's on my someday. I'm doing it.
It's so fun. We've done actually the Blade Show West, which is in 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. It'll be the first one we've missed since
Oh,
summer of 23. So what is that, 8, 7? Yeah, 7 Blade shows straight because there's 3 a year.
wow.
And yeah, we're like that one's just, it's such a big time commitment for us because it's a 27-hour drive.
Oh.
And it's not I mean, it's a great show. So if you don't hear me that it's not an amazing show. All the Blade
Mhm,
shows are great, but it's the smallest of the three. And so it's like the sales, like it kind of, it's like with the amount of time we have to put in,
mhm.
we it might be an every other year for us.
Right.
So, but we've done the last two there, and they've been awesome. So, Ben is kind of the unofficial host of it because they're based just north of Salt Lake,
Ah.
so it's kind of in their hometown. And so, yeah, we uh, have always kind of hung out with them, and he, is just a great host and
He,
always tries to make it fun for everybody.
he's the guy to host. I told him
Oh, wonderful dude.
I told him I was like, dude, I'd love it if you ever come out here to New York. I told him I was like, let me know. And because the same thing for you guys too. If you're ever out in this neck of the woods, not going to say my town I live in on like the internet
On the internet where it
because
lives.
you know how people are. There's going to be
Yep.
somebody weird out there.
Hmm. For sure.
But absolutely. So and kind of wrapping up just for everyone listening, just hey, if you guys enjoyed this conversation, love if you like, subscribed, all that fun stuff. Share with the friends who loves great design, EDC gear, all that, and just appreciate the listen. And
Yeah, I appreciate your approach to not only like the the gear and the design, but also like a little bit of life. Like I like the like, all right, what's this like for you as a person? I love that element of it. So I really enjoyed reading through the questions. I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun conversation. So I've been really looking forward to it.
The human element behind the product is a huge
Hmm.
deal, and that's why it is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, it's like I always say, gear is cool, people are cooler. So
I would agree
yeah.
with that.
Hmm.
But thank you guys for tuning in and tune in for our next guest. I don't know who they're going to be, but we'll
Oh, I
find
thought we were
out.
gonna get to know. I was
No,
excited.
I've got to figure that out. I have to start. I have to keep going.
It's
I've
me again. I'm just kidding.
Brett's coming back and do
Yeah.
part two because we had enough
Hey,
rabbit trails.
hey, dude, I'm your guy if you want rabbit trails. So
I'm going to keep it. I'll put you in the bookmark and be like, hey, dude, you want to come back? But
let's do it.
all right,
Sign me up.
guys, thanks for tuning in. Until next time.
Awesome. Thanks, Dan.
Yep.